Hey besties. So y'all, I just went on me a really good walk and I'm so tired, and I decided that I was gonna do a video about what I was thinking about because today I took a different route. So I couldn't record because I didn't bring my little camera thing to hold it up, and it was too many cars on the road today. So while I was walking, y'all, and I had a little bit of wine left, but while I was walking, y'all, I was just thinking about like how in a couple of days, I'm gonna be 28 years old. And oh my God, like I now know the feeling that women feel when they are about to be 30 and they just start like freaking out, like damn, like that fast, like I thought I still had more time. And even though I'm not turning exactly 30, I'm 28, like that's damn near 30. I was just thinking about so much, like how far I have come, and I feel like my thoughts got the best of me because I was thinking about like where I thought I would be right now. Like as far as like having my own place and stuff like that, like I'm doing really good. But I just thought that I would be married by now. I thought that I would have more children by now. I thought that by now I would have been in graduated college and then found like a job within my field. I just thought that I would be out of South Carolina. Like y'all, it's so many things that I thought and so many places that I thought I would be right now. And that kind of like takes me back to like right now with church. Like we're doing this little I thought or my thought series, like how those thoughts will really get the best of you. Like you will really be thinking like you need to be further or you needed to do more, or them thoughts will get the best of you. And I was just like, dang, like by now it's just like so many things I thought. Like I thought that I would have been and settled down and have a partner by me, somebody that I could trust. I thought that I would at least have dating down pat by now. And I thought that my daughter would have siblings by now, that I would have more kids. And I still only got one kid, y'all. Like, oh my God. And I stood in my thoughts long enough to where I started beating myself up. And I started like really saying like, damn, like I'm really behind. And then I guess like I started praying because I got so deep in my thoughts, y'all. Like I had to grab the shovel and I was digging in the thoughts. And I started like praying, and I told God to replace my thoughts with his thoughts. And then I feel like all of a sudden I felt peace and I felt a relief. Like I was like, you know what, I'm right where God wanted me to be. Like nobody is in a rush but me. God is like probably laughing at me because he like, she thinking that she just needed to be there. She ain't even got no idea on where she gonna be like soon or when it's really her time. But yeah, y'all, I started thinking about like how I wasted so much of time like just feeling like I had more time because I was so young. And time just go like that, like, and especially now, time is flying. It's like we'll start the week off, it'll be Sunday, and before you know it, it's Friday, and you just be like, damn, it's Friday already. But Lord. So anyways, when I was on my walk, excuse me, y'all, when I was on my walk and I was in my thoughts, I was just kind of thinking like, it just made me realize things that I don't want to like deal with anymore. As far as like, I don't want any more of the temporary relationships, like just sleeping around, not getting anywhere, like me dating every other month a different person or every other week. Like y'all get what I'm saying, like just dating new people because I'm not making all of the right decisions or wasn't being intentional enough, or that person wasn't intentional. I just want to make sure everything I'm doing now is intentional because I feel like every year when it get close to my birthday, I start being super hard on myself because I start feeling like I'm getting old. So I'd be like, girl, like you gotta get it together. And this year it just made me realize like I'm ready to settle down. Like I don't feel bad for craving love and wanting companionship, because I feel like most people, or the social media nowadays, it's like everybody is on what social media and the rappers and stuff like that are on. Like, it's a bad thing to want love. Like, all of a sudden you need to heal or you're not ready. And I just kind of feel like it's not a bad thing to want love. Like, that's the reason why it was created, to want it and crave it, because it's the one thing that we all want, where we find our true happiness because you have somebody else to share it with. But like, I just feel like my trip that I recently took lately, I just feel like my trip that I recently took, it just really like caused me to like think about a lot of things that I wanted in my life. Like, as far as like my career, as far as like romance, and just like, you know, everything. Like, I just feel like I said in one of my other videos, it was a 6-hour drive there and it was a 6-hour drive back. So on my way back, I had a lot of time just to like sit and think about like what I wanted, and just like, you know, sort through things. So like, one of the things that I thought about is kind of like how when we are like, I feel like the world or everybody and social media is making it like there's no room to like be sad or to be your authentic self and really like not be happy. Like, everybody is just like putting on this mask, like they're happy and they're where they want to be, and you get where I'm going, like stuff like that. And it's kind of like nobody really wants to admit to the fact that they're not really happy in some aspect in their life. And when I was on the bus and I was just riding and I sat with myself long enough, I was just like, I have to accept the fact that I'm not happy. There's some parts in my life that I'm not happy in. And I feel like in one of those parts, it was my love life. Like I was just talking about, like, because I want love here. I want a partner that, whereas I can go to work and like have a good or a bad day and be able to come home and share it with somebody, and they cook or I cook, but it's, you know, like a equal give and take there. Like somebody that I can share it all with, and us have a family, like where I can watch my kids be siblings and go through the silly little arguments and be there for each other when one of them is crying or having a hard day. You know, like I want to be able to do the family trips that they remember when they get older, and then they keep that tradition going for their families. Like I wanna do the date nights. Like I want all of that when it comes to my personal life. Like I'm ready for that. Like I'm not 18 anymore, 18 years old anymore. I'm not 20 anymore. Like, you know, I'm 28. So I want that. And that's somewhere that I thought I would be right now. And when it comes to my career, it's so crazy how when I was on the bus, and this ain't even just the bus, it's been lately. Like I think I dozed off for a minute, and this was on the way there, and I was like praying to God or whatever, and I was like, God, can you just clear my mind from like whatever it is I'm thinking about, and like give me answers because of the things that I've been praying for lately. And I don't know why, but y'all, for as long as I can remember, I've been in school for psychology to be a marriage counselor. And I love everything about that. But lately, I've been getting a vibe that I want to be a teacher and teach small children. Like, I love kids. And it's like, that's what I've been wanting to do. Like, be one of them pretty teachers and just like decorate the class real cute for my little kiddos, you know? And I'm just like, dang, like that's another thing I love. Like, but either way, I know I want to do something that I have a passion for, where I can wake up every day and be happy, like, and enjoy what I'm doing, or I don't have to wake up in the mornings and have attitude and be like, not this again today. Like, I want to be happy with what I'm doing. Like, you have to be intentional about everything it is you're doing, because that's how you're going to be happy. And what else? Because it was just so much I thought about. I thought about how I just really don't want the temporary things anymore in my life, because that stuff ain't gonna get me where I want to be, because I feel like me and those people are on two different pages. Like, you still want to have fun, and I actually have a plan, and even though it might not go through as planned it, and it may fail in some cases, still, like, I don't, like, I know what I want, and I don't want to act like I don't know what I want just because everybody look at wanting love like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And yeah, like, it's just like I was saying towards the beginning, it's so many places and things that it's just so much like where I thought I would be right now. And I felt like I was being hard on myself. And before I even like dug myself deeper with that shovel, y'all, I was just kind of like, okay, Mira, like, you need to put this down, because you're starting to beat yourself up and you're starting to be hard on yourself when really you right where God wants you at. Like, so just take it a day at a time. And I guess, like, I always wanted to move out of like South Carolina, because y'all, for the way I think and the dreams I got, it ain't for no South Carolina. Like, I need to be out of this state, But I thought about stuff like that, and it also made me think about like my younger years and how I wasted so much of time like doing things and just making the wrong decisions and things like that, to where I look back and I laugh, because I be like, dang, like, she knew better. Like, why did she do that? And it made me think about, if I could give advice to my younger self, like, what would it be? If I could give advice to my younger self, I would tell her, stop caring about what other people think, how they feel, and what they want. Because you have to do what makes you happy, sometimes at the expense of making somebody you love not happy, because you're not doing what they want you to do. And I just remember when I was so young, y'all, I was so innocent at one point. Like, I could not see the bad in people no matter how much I tried. So I used to give more chances than I should have. So I would tell her, learn to see people for who they are when they show it to you. Like, don't give them a second chance to disappoint you and put you back through the same thing all over again when they've already proven who they are to you. I would tell her to stop making those red flags turn into green flags just because you really want somebody there. Like, the right people will know how to treat you the right go around, or even if they mess up sometimes, they will not make the same mistakes. They're gonna do whatever it takes to keep you and to keep themselves out of that predicament of losing you. I would say, like, for the reason why I said for me not to care so much about what other people thought is because in some cases when I was younger, I let go of so many good things, and like that's friendships, relationships, and even sometimes opportunities, just because of how other people felt or what they thought about it, And I would just tell her, like, what's best for you, and you know what you want, and you can't always make somebody else happy. Like, y'all, it's just been so many moments whenever I would think back to my younger days, like waiting around on people to get it together, like to catch up where I'm at, just, I don't know, just my way of thinking in some cases when I was younger. I just wish I had like done things differently, but I mean, we all do that. We think back and we be like, dang, I should have made better decisions. But it's not about what we did then, because it's the past for a reason. We can't change it. But we can make sure we work every day on not making the same decisions. So that would be some advice I would give myself. And I would also tell her to love herself more and to put herself first, because then, you know, maybe I could have actually had a chance of receiving that healthy love back, and maybe, you know, I would have just known my worth, like, at that point, to stop allowing the wrong people in and loving others more than myself, or thinking that I needed to put them first just to like keep them, because the right person is going to push you to love yourself, you know? And I had to learn, like, it's okay to be selfish sometimes. So y'all, it's so much I've learned. So much. But when I say it all, like maybe the person that I am today, it has, like, I'm not mad about none of the lessons I've learned or none of the things that I've been through, because now I know what I want and what I expect. And I just really can't believe that your girl is turning 28. Y'all, like, nobody told me that this grown people shit is hard. Like, it is hard. And people don't be wanting to say that. Everybody want to act like it's so easy. No. If you want the truth, you come here. It's hard. It's hard. Like, especially when you're doing it all by yourself. Like, I gotta learn how to let people in and how to let people be there, because that's something that I don't know how to do. And I don't want to do all of this alone by myself all the time, you know? But yeah, y'all, I just was thinking about so much on that walk. And so, yeah, it brought me to making this video. I don't know. I just remember when I look back, I wasted so much of time, like, being in fear of being alone, or being in fear of closing doors on people, and scared that if when I closed it, they wouldn't knock again with change behavior. Being a wife to people who couldn't even be honest or their better self, or, you know, just who I needed them to be for me. Like, I was acting like a wife with no ring. I think about how I didn't love myself that much when I was a little bit younger, to where I started looking at some of the relationships that I was in, like, being disrespected was better than being alone. But it's not. It's not. When you love yourself and you value yourself, you push out the people who don't respect you, who don't love you, who don't worship the ground you walk on, and you allow the ones in who can, where you won't even have to tell them what to do, they'll just do it. The ones who actually say what they're going to do, and they impress you every time because they do it with their actions, you know? The people that actually show up for you the way you need them to show up for you, because they don't be lazy and come in expecting everything easy. They put in the work for it, you know? And they earn it. And so, yeah, I just thought about so much on that walk. I used to really settle, y'all, because I was scared of being alone. And I didn't want to admit it, but that's why I feel like this year and last year was the best 2 years, because God literally put me by myself. And it was so scary, but he did that because I had got so codependent on having other people there, or not, you know, just facing myself to be by myself. Just a lot of things. I was willing to settle for stuff. I was just used to allow just so much that I won't go for it today. I have boundaries now. I had boundaries then, but I used to let people like walk over them a lot. And I realized how important boundaries are. Like, your boundaries are important. You take them serious so that the other people can like take them serious and follow. Like, you gotta stand on your boundaries, Bookie. Okay? You can't even try to like let up a boundary one time or two times, because the minute that you let somebody like get past you or get over on you by like disrespecting it one time or two times, it becomes a habit because they see that you were willing to let them do it. So no, you have to stand on them. And that's something that I realized, that I have to have boundaries. It does not mean that I am mean. It does not mean that, you know, I don't like you. It just means that I respect myself also enough to have to put up these certain things in my life so that you know what I need and what not to do. So yeah, but I really hope that this video reaches whoever it needs to reach. And I said all that to say to a younger person, know your worth and love yourself, because that's going to take you pretty far. And when you love yourself and you value yourself, you attract people who do as well. Don't spend your 20s living and being free and just being who you truly are. If you've really met your soulmate in your 20s, like your early 20s, settle, Bookie. Do it. But if it's somebody that you're waiting around on, you are depleted with and drained with all of the time and not treated right by, leave them and enjoy your 20s. Single if you can. Like, I wish I could take it back to being 21, 22, 23 again. Y'all, I would have just stayed single and lived my life. And towards like 25 or 26, I would have tried to start dating, like serious. You know, but I wasted too much of time with the wrong people. So don't do that. Do what makes you happy. Not what makes your mom happy or your boyfriend happy or your best friend happy or your cousins or your sister or your brother happy, but what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be the one living in the decisions that you make, not the other people that's getting mad at you, that's kind of manipulating you or making you make certain decisions. You are. So do what makes you happy without caring about how the other person feel or how they think or what they have to say, because it's your life and your decisions. What else? And yeah, just live and do what makes you happy. Like, one thing that I recently learned is I came a long way from dwelling on things when it wouldn't go right, and when I would get stuck on something. Like, for example, like when I was just walking and I was thinking about how I'm not where I wanted to be. Old me would have sat in that for the rest of the night. Wouldn't even been able to make a video and talk about it. Just would have had my arms pouted and just thinking, and in my head like, oh my God, like I thought I was gonna be here. Dang, like, you know, just going back on stuff that I cannot change or situations that I can't change. But I realized that's when I knew I was living, when I made a decision to stop dwelling on things and to stop letting obstacles and things like that stop me, but to just keep going and keep living and keep trying to find a reason to be happy and keep going, even though that life was happening, you know? And I honestly feel like when you are a good person, you learn that things aren't happening to you, but for you. So yeah, like when you know that you are living right and doing right by people, what bad is there to come? You just be like, okay, this is something for me. I needed to learn this lesson because of this. I needed to learn that because of this, because you know that you haven't done anything to be punished. Also, I had to learn that God's timing and Him being in control is just what it is. Like, we can't control anything, and things are not always going to happen when we want them to happen. And when I feel like I learned to accept that and accept things in general, things got better. So I do hope that this video reaches whoever it needs to reach. And I love you guys. And until next time.